Hello, everybody. Oh, okay. So I'm hoping this works. I'm always like a little bit nervous to do these. I've only ever done them on Facebook before. So I'm going to have to get used to how this works. And I really, firstly, want to see how I see my comments. Can someone, I can see Alicia, you've given me a wave, so I can see that. I wonder how I see my, can you write a comment or something to see if I can see that? Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Hello, hi Bonnie. Okay, all right. So honestly, I hate how people say, let's just wait a few minutes till everybody gets in. No. We'll get started, okay, because you're here in time, so let's get going. So I've actually had quite a few questions come in beforehand, so I will go through these, but please don't hesitate to write any questions in the comments and I will get to as many as I can. All right, so actually, Bonnie, I'm going to start with you. Okay, so let's talk about your little person. And you've got a few questions about comforters. So it's a little bit fuzzy here in Australia in terms of when you can feel that it's safe to give your little person a little teddy or a little bunny. They don't actually have any hard and fast rule of that in Australia, but in the UK they do actually. They say only from 12 months on. So I think it's really just such a personal choice. Many babies have it before 12 months of age. So I think as long as it's safe, you know, I wouldn't really recommend those like a big blanket style thing. I would stick to like, you know, a little bunny head with maybe a little bit of material coming off it and no loose eyeballs or anything like that. So it's really a personal choice and, you know, as long as it's appropriate to the age of the bub. Yes, your other question about will your 6-month-old learn to string cycles? Yes, absolutely. Very capable of doing it now. Sometimes it's a little harder when they're younger than 6 months, but definitely Reggie can do that now. So beautifully you've got him falling asleep on his own anyway, so well done. That's going to really help the situation. It's really about just giving him a bit of practice, but as you said, yes, awake times, environment, all of that has to be right as well. So it's not just going to magically happen. It's all a big picture thing, but yes, he is more than capable of doing it, and I would avoid getting involved in it. Okay, avoid getting involved in the resettle. Just allow him to work through it, and if he doesn't do it, then up he gets. Okay. Did you have another one? No, I think that's everything. So Bonnie, if I've missed anything or if you thought of something since you contacted me, just pop it into the comment. Hi Laura, pop your thing in the comment too because I know you've got something. All right, let me move on. I've got Jacinta. I don't know if I can see if... I don't know, Jacinta, if I saw you in here. I hope you are in here. I'm not really sure how to look. Hi, Laura. Look for a list of people. So hopefully you're in here. And I'm pretty sure this is recorded anyway, so you can find it or I'll post it. So you've got 2-year-old twins. The white noise. So what Jacinta's asking is they've always had white noise ever since they were bubs. I worked with them when they were babies and we had white noise. And her question is, when can she get rid of it? Will it be a big deal or anything? No, it won't be a big deal. The only kind of downfall is that they might wake from something that, you know, that it's loud at 5 a.m. or they might take a bit of getting used to you banging around in the kitchen after they've gone to bed if they've had that white noise all the time, but they'll get used to that noise as well. So they won't even notice it, really. It's not going to affect how they fall asleep or stay asleep. It's just that if there is a situation where there's a loud noise, it's more likely that they're going to wake. And yes, with all things bedtime, so always, particularly when they start to get older, so when babies start to become toddlers, you really want to make sure what the deal is at bedtime is what it is all night long, because that's what will cause the wake. Not the fact that you've turned the white noise off, more the fact of it's different. There's been a change from what it was when they fell asleep at bedtime. So I'd always encourage you to leave it on all night and turn it off in the morning. So yeah, cold turkey if you want to do it. Don't ever stress about it. It's not probably going to make any difference unless you've got really loud birds in the morning or garbage truck that always pulls up and with squeaky brakes. Yeah, they'll probably start waking and it'll be pretty obvious, so you'll know, you need to get back onto the white noise if it's an issue. Okay, so I might just move on to seeing what Laura's sent. I've got a few others that I have to do online. Okay, so remind me exactly how old Mav is now. Okay, so exactly. And then I'll come back to you and talk about that. It's a bit of a long one though, because they're tricky. So Laura's got a little, I can't remember, I think he's still 2, not 3 yet. And he's playing some shenanigans at bedtime. And mucking around, getting out of bed, running around, shouting out for mum, all of that stuff. So I'll talk about it. Just let me know exactly how old he is, Laura. I can't remember. Oh, his third birthday was in July. Okay. So he's definitely old enough to know the deal. Okay. If he was a bit younger, it's tricky. You always want to delay moving into a bed as long as you can, so you know that they're cognitively going to understand that responsibility. So he's well and truly able to after the age of 3. So really it's just about clear boundaries, and the best thing for me to do is I will send you a blog post. Actually, not yet. I was going to send 2, but one's more relevant for Maverick about how to keep him in his bed all night. Okay, so I'll send that out to you. Literally, when you pull it down, it's about making sure you're really, really clear on what the deal is. Sticking with your boundaries, being very, very, very consistent, okay? And making sure the environment's right as well, because it's a little bit different now that he's big. It's not the same environment that it is for a baby. Okay, so I'll do that for you offline, okay? Now, I had another one, funnily enough, about 2-year-old twins as well, and I'm not sure if you guys are on here either, Mira and Chris. I'm not sure. I don't really know how to see if who's on there. So if you're not, you'll get the recording anyway. So I'm going to fire away. You've got a few questions. So firstly, your schedule. So oh my God, can you hear my child? My child is shouting out that he needs to do a poo. Like, honestly, you could not write this stuff. You really couldn't. Welcome to my life. Okay, so the first question is about scheduling. So they do the best. So toddlers, pretty much from about when you're on 1 nap a day, the best schedule is like a 7-7 day. That's just really optimal for them. They get their highest drop down of melatonin, the sleepy hormone, at 7 in the evening. So the 12-hour day, which is their maximum that they can really handle, the 7-7 works beautifully. And that's with a couple of hours sleep in the middle of the day. Now, if you're struggling to get onto that schedule, from what I can see for you guys, so if you're getting up at around 6:45, that's not too bad. Up 6:45, 7 ideally, but 6:45 is okay. And then just go with a midday nap. Okay, so move from your 11:30, move to a midday nap. That's going to actually help. You'll probably end up being able to get them up. They'll be waking up a little closer to 7. You can even get them up between 7 and 7:30. It all it's like a domino, right? So if you do an early nap, they're going to wake early. So they need a certain amount of awake time. So their body's very smart. If they're constantly getting a nap earlier than they need, then they're going to wake up earlier in the morning. So you want to promote a good wake up, and you want to think of yourself as well. So 7 o'clock is much better than 6:30 or 6:45. So that's what you want to do. Just go straight to the midday nap. You did mention that sometimes they muck about with the nap. Midday or 12:30 nap's fine. So midday or 12:30. And for their age, I would have them up by 2:30, the latest. So most of the time they'll wake themselves. Okay, and then stick with your 7. Bedtime. Now, this is to answer one of your other questions. Just say they napped under 90 minutes. Then I wouldn't go all the way to 7. 7 sits well when it's a couple of hours. So between 90 minutes and 2 hours, perfect. 7 o'clock suits. But if it's a nap that's under 90 minutes, I'd always bring your bedtime a bit earlier. Okay, so I think I answered that one. Oh, dropping the naps. So children can drop their day nap anywhere really between 2.5 and 3.5 is pretty standard. There's a bit of a gap, so they're all different. So the very best thing to do is just follow their lead, right? So if they're taking over an hour to fall asleep at night, well, that's telling you their requirement for day sleep is lessening. Okay, so a few consultants will just say, okay, let's cap the nap. So wake them after an hour or after 90 minutes. I don't love that. I don't love waking children at all, or babies. So I'm more of the thought, if it's been a consistent thing, so they're just chit-chatting, and that's what generally it'll look like. They're just chit-chatting till like 8:30. Then that's a consistent thing, then you know that it's time to get rid of it. So I would, wait maybe like a week. If it's still going every night, then I'd just make the decision, just drop that nap, it's done. Now, as soon as the nap goes, you've got to bring that bedtime really early, because the body is going to take about a month to adjust, like at least a month, 4 to 6 weeks. So the body's going to be in a bit of shock that it's not getting a nap, right? So you want to make sure that there's some early bedtimes until you notice they're not tired in the day anymore. They've stabilized. So that's what you want to do. Oh, and moving to a bed. Oh my God, the latest you can do it. Okay, I'm umming and ahhing. So my little Jack's 3 and a month now. And I've thought about it, but he's so happy in his cot. First of all, don't ever think about doing a transition if they're not brilliant sleepers, because you're going to really fall down a rabbit hole there. They'll be up and out of their bed and it'll be a nightmare. So make sure they're very, very awesome sleepers before you consider moving. But honestly, the later the better, because it goes back to what I said before. If the more they understand, the more that they can accept that responsibility of staying in their bed all night, which is a big responsibility for a little person. It's like 12 hours that they've got to stay in one spot. They're sleeping, so it's, it's not a massive deal, but it can be for some. So that's what I do. And do you know what I do? I keep them in their sleeping bag always until they leave the cot. So however, whatever age. But what I tend to do before a transition is I put in like a doona and a pillow. just so they can get used to independently pulling up their doona and getting under it and all of that. So they're really good at that. Okay, it's not another big change when they move to a big bed, which is a big change for them. They're used to that doona and their pillow. So that's what I'd do in the lead up before you move. And this is about the twins. Should you have them in separate rooms? No, I don't think so. I guess like logistically if you could, but I know you've got, who's your little man? Luca. You've got, so you've got 3. You might not be able to give them all their own rooms, in the house. If you can, it'd be nice for them. I think they'd like that. Everybody will always sleep better, whoever you are, if you've got your own room and you're not disturbed by another. But they'd be so used to being together that I wouldn't hesitate just keeping them together. Keeps all the mess together too. They don't branch out all over the house. So yeah, it's just a personal choice on that one. Okay, Bonnie. Oh, good. You are here, Mira. Good. So I'm glad you heard that. Or was it Chris? I'm not sure. Maybe both of you are here. What are you saying, Bonnie? If Reggie has a single cycle, he needs to tie over till bedtime. Otherwise, he's ready for a sleep at 5-ish. So he should only... I think he's not quite 6 months because I remember looking up him because I think we've got a call next week, don't we? So 3 naps is really the max he should be doing. Okay, so just make sure he's getting up around 7. You're doing at least an hour in the cot. Your awake time, another nap, wake time, another nap. And you should at least be able to get to 5:30. Okay, no 4th nap anymore. And then he's just about to drop that 3rd nap, by the way. So we will discuss that. 6 months is quite a turning point. It's not just about the nap change, but a few different things. So we'll talk about that. Yeah, so absolutely drop that 4th nap, okay? Just have that 3 nap day. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Oh God, I hope I haven't missed anyone. I don't think I have. So I don't think there's any more questions. Not that I can see. You have write it in the next minute. If there's something that you want to ask me, you can ask me anything at all. Otherwise, I'm going to try and do these more frequently. I know that Sundays are the better option. It's chaos at my house on Sundays. So originally I wasn't going to do that because I was like, I'm surprised one hasn't come in to tell me they've, need to go to the toilet or something. So anyway, I will definitely try to make this more of a regular thing, and please share the word. I'm happy to give out as much advice as I can whenever I can, as I know it's quite hard to get, accurate advice these days, okay? You don't need to necessarily book in. I'm here to do these, so I'm hoping to do one every fortnight or every month. All right, I'm going to just do another double check. No, Bonnie, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay, so probably about another week of 3 naps, and then you're gonna make a change. But you're okay. A lot of the time, if a baby's not doing what suits them the best, it throws things off, right? So maybe he's, I know for a fact if he's doing 4 naps a day, that's going to really affect things going forward. So the night that follows, the morning that follows that. So you'll find once you get onto where he's supposed to be, it'll all work itself out. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I don't even know how to hang up from this. I guess I'll just press the cross. So, all right, see you later. Thank you so much for attending live. I appreciate it. Otherwise, I would feel like I was having a birthday and no one came to it. There's nothing worse. All right, see you later. Bye.